Call is the son of Yates, trained by Kim Bailey, one of 6 English trained runners David Bass rides. Number 2, Oscar Sam, Robbie Power. 3, Sutton Manors, Conor Brazel takes 5 off. 4 is an absentee. 5, no comment, Richard Johnson. 6, Minella Awards, Noel Feely. 7, Woodswell, Brian Cooper. 8, Skip the Cuddles, Donna Myler takes 3 off. 9, Shoe Reef, Danny Mullins. 10, Gertine, Philip Enright. Oathkeeper is number 11, Mark Walsh. 12, Rat Patrick, Jodie McGarvey. Number 13 is Kate Appleby Shoes, Ruby Walsh rides. 14, Screaming Rose, Paul Townend. The Barrow Man ran well at Fairyhouse, Roger Loughlin rides. Number 15. 16, Little Luck, Noel McParlin takes 3 off. Number 17, Billy's Hope, note the change of jockey. Rachel Blackmore now steers the champion conditional elect. 18, Captain of the Fleet, Owen O'Connell takes £7 off. Number 19 for the handicap is the authorised gelding Abbreviate, Mikey Hamill takes £5 off. Number 20, Our Man Zebo, Mark Bulger. Art of Securities, number 21, Jonathan Moore. 22, Okotox is Davy Russell. 23 is Conduct Yourself, the Cork winner for John Kiley. Brian Hayes will be aboard. 24, Show 'em Silver. We got the silver at Fairyhouse. Sean Flanagan rides for Noel Meade. 28, or 25 I should say, Hunter's Call is Mark Enright. 26, the first reserve gets in Bob Mahler for Gavin Sheehan. And 27 and 28 are non-runners, Tom Lee. This is difficult.
25 of them to sift through. Advantage Britain, at least where the betting's concerned, because he's not a frequent visitor, but he's a frequent winner at Punchestown. PJ Hobbs, the Minehead Maestro, he's got this no comment, who's got very smart form this season. Second at Aintree last time out. The champion jockey, soon to be dual champion jockey, Richard Johnson in town to partner him. Outstanding form claims, but you can label the same with a horse that he beat in receipt of £10 at Plumpton in January. Minella Awards for Harry Fryer, of course, already on target in the Grade 1. Could it be a double? He's been very well backed, 8-1 from 12-1 at bigger prices. Rachel Blackmore now on Billy's Hope, that's 12 from 16. And also the Oathkeeper coming back from a long absence, 14-1 from 16-1. Lively betting race.
Lively betting race. Show 'em Silver. Showed us the silver at Fairyhouse. The trainer, Noel Meade, is with Tracy Pickett.
Yes, he certainly is. Great to catch up with Noel again. As you say, 2 in here, Show 'em Silver and Art of Security. And as Brian was saying, that was a good run at Fairyhouse. How's he been since?
Yeah, look, he's good since. He seemed to appreciate the better ground, seemed to like the distance. This is a very good race, very competitive race. I think he could back 6 or 7 horses in this and still not back the winner. So, look, I'm hoping, but I wouldn't say any more than hoping. And the other horse is a very good horse too. I think maybe it's coming towards the end of the season for him, and we said we'd try and stretch him out a little bit and trip and see how he get on. But I think he's quite a good horse too.
Disco was great the other day. How did he get that home, and did he eat up and everything all right?
Yeah, no, he's great. He's been out in the paddock since he's gone home. As soon as we get a chance to drop them off, when this week is over, there's a lot of them going out. Most of the Gig and Son horses will be home now.
He's a really lovely horse to look forward to.
Yeah, look, he was super the other day, and I was delighted.
Best of luck in this. Great to see you, Noel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really interesting race this is. No Comment is the first we're going to go to look at. The mount of Richard Johnson, trained by Philip Hobbs, who often brings a winner over here. This fellow won a bumper here 12 months ago. He rattled up a hat-trick in his first 3 races over hurdles, including a win from Minella Awards. Been to Cheltenham and Aintree since. There's number 6, Ted. There is Minella Awards.
Yeah, Minella Awards. Harry Fry again. Noel and Philly on board. Good run behind Prime Venture last time up at Sandown. Sure to have a good each-way chance anyway.
Oscar Sam is next. We see another significant thing about this fella is he's a brother to our Duke. He's an 8-year-old now, and he's only ever run over hurdles. Last time out, he was 3rd behind Island of Hopes, or Island of Dreams, here in the beginning of February.
There's Kate Appleby Shoes, Willie Mullins, Ruby Walsh on board again. She was a good winner at Limerick the last time I saw her, and one before that as also. She's a good mare, lacks a bit of experience for handicappers though.
Billy's Hope is the next we're going to get a look at, one of Jesse's runners, and the mount of Rachel Blackmore. What a season for Rachel, and I'd love to have a word with her tomorrow. She's been absolutely outstanding, one of the many stars of a fabulous season. Billy's Hope is a 10-1 shot. There they are down at the start. Rachel's been something else, hasn't she, Ted? I mean,
she's been a star right from the top. When she told me she was going to, when I heard she was going to turn professional, I thought she might struggle because she's very light. I mean, Rachel could do 9 stone, but she's plenty of experience over point to points. I was only hoping wouldn't get knocked around too much. She's as tough as nails. She's absolutely gone from strength to strength. I saw her ride at Navan last year and against Barry Geraghty. Now, he beat her, but there's probably nobody any stronger than Barry, and she lost absolutely nothing in defeat. She got beat ahead, but she was equally as effective as Barry on the winner. She's an absolute little star. That's what she is.
She's been fantastic.
She's a great head as well too. She's along with being stylish and strong.
Well, I'll
she's
tell you what.
Head.
She studied science for a couple of years, and she's got a degree in equine science. She's got a great head on her.
I know a few fellas that study things and they still get lost out in a race course.
Well, if you can do most things and have a head, Ted, it has to help. But you can have the greatest hands in the world on a horse, but if you don't have a head, you can...
Well, head is the whole thing. The head is the main thing.
Yeah.
The head is the main thing in life. Common sense to know what to do.
Yeah.
Not much good being a good driver if you're in the wrong lane every day.
Number 10. There's Gartine, 14-1 shot Philip Enright on board for Robert Tyner, and not without his chance, son of Golan, and finished a good third behind Annabelle Fly at Navan in his beginner's chase and ran over hurdles the next twice. It'll be hard to win this.
It's a tough race.
Sutton Manor, Conor Brassel taking £5 off was a good winner. Good effort at Cheltenham as well, I should say, behind presenting Percy, and a good winner before that. Lisa O'Neill won on him at Thurles over 3 miles on heavyish ground, and she was on him again at Cheltenham when they weren't beaten all that far by presenting Percy. 22 is Davy Russell. He's riding for Malcolm Denmark. There he is on Okotoks. He'd been off for a good while until his reappearance last time out, and that was a really good race behind That's a Wrap at Leopardstown at Christmas. Been off since then as well. One of the JP runners.
Old keeper.
Mark on him. No Comment has the first colours, Richard Johnson for Philip Hobbs. Getting the girth checked is Mark Enright on John Nealon's runner, Hunter's Call. Good third behind Run for Dave last time out. Pretty consistent. Richard Pugh is our commentator for this race and the last. And this race due off at 6:05, so just about there we are. Richard, are you in position?
I am, Robert, thank you. I'm in position.
Good.
Ready to go. You're trying to pick a winner. I'm just trying to pick them out, Robert, and that in itself is a challenge. Trying to pick a winner seems a step too far at this stage as the 25 of them round their way towards the starting position. It looks as though they're pretty close now. Obviously a little bit more difficult to get 25 of them to line up and make their way towards the starter in a suitable manner. Plenty of them look to be lining up good and handy. Oscar Sam, of course, he's good and central there, the own brother to our Duke. The role that Jessica and Robert Power are on would make you think that he's one to keep a close eye on, but there really are so many. No Mead said it, 1 from 8 and you might miss the winner, but I think we're going to find out pretty shortly. They're walking forward towards the start. I think Joe Bannahan on duty today. Harry Fry bidding for a quick double. Minella Awards bred by Jimmy Mangan. No Feely aboard in the Protestant colours. No Comment disputing favouritism with Minella Awards. No Comment for Richard Johnson. Minella Awards the amount of Noel Feely. Oscar Sam is 8-1. Kate Appleby Shoes. Will Ruby get off the mark? 8-1. 10-1 Billy's Hope. Change of rider, of course, on that one. That is Rachel Blackmore in place of Jack Kennedy, 2 of our leading young riders. So they walk very steadily forward. I'm sure Joe Bannon's happy enough now. He has them in a nice rhythm. None of them looking too keen to jump off ahead of the others. So if they keep going at this, they should be good to go. And that's it. Call forward. Simple as that. 25 of them jump off for this, the Shamrock Enterprises Handicap Hurdle Grade B contest over the 3 mile trip, and A Little Luck is one of the first to show as they take the run straight into the back straight and on towards flight number 1. Skip the Cuddles is another one that's prominent. Screaming Rose is right up there too, with Woods Well, and Sure Reef is also prominent as they go right over the far side and on towards flight number 1. A Little Luck with Hunter's Call. Skip the Cuddles is third, Sure Reef and Abbreviate, and they're being followed by Sutton Manor. Armand Zebo hit the first. We've lost one in mid-division and Rathpatrick is gone, and we might also have lost Oscar Sam is gone. Rathpatrick is gone. There's one I haven't picked up. I'm going to guess it's Gertrude, but we'll confirm that one as they race quickly on towards flight number 2. And I do see Gertrude, I think, still in there, so we'll have to pick up that last faller as they make their way on now towards the bend. That's going to bring them along the side of the track, and it's A Little Luck from Abbreviate, Hunter's Call and Skip the Cuddles. They're being followed by the Barrowman, who's next. On the inside is Sutton Manor. They're being followed by Sure Reef and Billy's Hope, and next up is No Comment, and they're being followed further back by Woods Well. Captain the Fleet is wide. They're being followed by Armand Zebo down the inside as they make their way on now towards the first of the 2 flights down along the side of the track. 13 is there, 3/4 ways back. The one that's at the back of the field, Kate Appleby's Shoes, possibly caught up in that melee, and it looks as though she'll go no further. Kate Appleby's Shoes being pulled up by Ruby Walsh. Okatox is the back marker with Art of Security, one of the back markers at this early stage. Minella Awards is another one that's been dropped in through the early part, so they make their way safely out over that one and turn right-handed now to make their way into the straight and on towards the flight, which will be their last next time. Riders seem to be getting to their feet. Jodie McGarvey is up, Robert Power is up, and the other rider who we haven't got yet is still on the floor. So they turn in now. It's A Little Luck who leads them in from the Barrowman over on the near side. Abbreviate just inside. Hunter's Call is a close 4. They're being followed by, on the inside, Skip the Cuddles. Just outside this one in the white cap is Sutton Manor. Then down the inside, Billy's Hope and Sure Reef. Then being followed by Armand Zebo. Behind Armand Zebo, just outside, is No Comment in the white cap. 13 is next as they land out over this one. Woodswell is just wider out as they make their way up to past the post now. A Little Luck and Noel McParlin leads Abbreviate. On the inside, Hunter's Call. The Barrowman in the red cap is coming up to dispute the 2-3-4. Behind the leading quartet is Sutton Manor, and the red jacket on the inside is Skip the Cuddles. Billy's Hope is next. Then the Wiley Silks of Sure Reef, being followed by the first Jigginstown Silks. On the outside is Woodswell. The first McManus Silks is No Comment. Gertine and Armand Zebo are next as they make their way up into the bend that's going to swing them right-handed on now towards the flight of hurdles, bringing them up into the bend away from the stands, and as they take it into the bend they go. A Little Luck leads from in second. The Barrowman. Abbreviate is next. They're being followed by Hunter's Call down the inside. Skip the Cuddles is next. Then Sutton Manor, and further back to Sure Reef and Billy's Hope. Just behind these is Rathpatrick, as ours on the one that fell. There was Bob Mahler. The reserve that got in was the one that went. The other Dark Silks, as they file out over that one, Armand Zebo left his back end, and Art of Security is remaining the back marker with Okatox as they Screaming Rose is also towards the back of the field. A Little Luck leads the Barrowman. Hunter's Call and Abbreviate being followed by Skip the Cuddles. They're being followed towards the outside by Sutton Manor. Billy's Hope is next, a couple of lengths further back in the sheepskin down the inside of Sure Reef. Then comes No Comment with Gertine. The grey Armand Zebo's on the inside of Woodswell. Captain of the Fleet is further back behind Oathkeeper. Show 'em Silvers towards the back with Screaming Rose. Art of Security and Okatox dispute the back spot, taking the flight along the side of the course before they turn into the back straight, which all have done safely. And now they've just about completed a circuit. They head to make their way towards the back straight, and up front in the pink jacket, A Little Luck from the Barrowman. Back in third is Sutton Manor, being followed down the inside by Hunter's Call. Further back behind this group to Abbreviate and Skip the Cuddles. Billy's Hope, No Comment, and on the between horses is Sure Reef. Woodswell is next with Armand Zebo and Gertine next in the field as they make their way along the far side. You Never Call is in the orange jacket, 3/4 ways back down the inside, right across the far side of the stands now, and it is A Little Luck who leads from the Barrowman. Sutton Manor, Hunter's Call is tucked in on the inside of the leading trio, and a good jump by the leader, takes a length or so. Abbreviate landed awkwardly out over that one, but it's A Little Luck from on the outside. Sutton Manor going up on the outside of Hunter's Call. The Barrowman is now ridden. Skip the Cuddles is next, being followed towards the outside by Sure Reef, and further back behind this one as they go out over that, and another slight mistake by Armand Zebo there, but they make their way towards the bend, and it is A Little Luck from in second, Hunter's Call, and then towards the outside is Sutton Manor, and They're being followed by Skip the Cuddles. Abbreviate is ridden. Billy's Hope is down the inside. No Comment travels well. Not much room down the inside. And Armand Zebo got shuffled right out of contention there. They bunched up on the rail, and I think it might be the backwards placing. The Barrowman has shuffled a few of them back, but it's a Little Luck who leads. From in second is Hunter's Call. Sutton Manor, No Comment's gone into third. Woodswell is wide. The leader flattened that flight. Sure Reef is one in mid-division, just coming a little under pressure, but he's coming back on it as quick as I say it. Minella Awards one getting into it now, as it's a Little Luck from Hunter's Call. Sutton Manor, No Comment, Woodswell wide. Sure Reef and Minella Awards are in mid-division going well. Keepers behind them. Leader hit that one hard as well. Show him Silver's ridden. Just behind them, You Never Call is ridden, and now Hunter's Call goes for home. A Little Luck has to give best. Sutton Manor's coming round the outside. No Comment still travelling very, very smoothly. Minella Awards in the slipstream. Billy's Hope is ridden in the centre. Sure Reef is next with Show him Silver, and behind this group and Woodswell on the outside, straightening for home, and it's Minella Awards on the near side for Noel Feely. On the far side is No Comment and Richard Johnson. They begin to try and edge on as they go towards the final flight. Sutton Manor's behind them with Sure Reef and Woodswell. Final flight coming up now, and it's Minella Awards with on the far side No Comment. They've drawn clear over the final flight, and it's Noel Feely and Harry Fry who have the advantage with Minella Awards. They're beginning to forge an advantage of 2 to 3, and as they go up towards the line, it's Minella Awards. A late lunge by No Comment, but surely too late. Minella Awards, a quick double for Harry Fry and Noel Feely. Take it from No Comment. Screaming Rose, Show him Silver, Sutton Manor, Sure Reef, and then You Never Call with Woodswell being followed in by A Little Luck, and then Hunter's Call, Billy's Hope and Skip the Cuddles. Oathkeeper was next with Abbreviate, Captain of the Fleet. Then Conduct Yourself, Armand Zebo, Art of Security, Okotuk's Gertine and the Barrowman. But this one went, as it did a half an hour ago, to Noel Feely and Harry Fry.
Noel Feely and Harry Fry, a double up. Well done, Noel Feely. Met your dad a few moments ago. He was proud as punch of you, and why shouldn't he be? At 40 years of age, you're a credit to the profession, and give the horse a great ride again. And Richard Johnson on your inside, most unassuming champion I ever met. A man who's ridden 3,500 winners, and that's the way it was. Ruby Walsh just going back in there after Kate Appleby shoes. There's winning connections. Minella Awards, son of Oscars. He would have been owned, I suppose, when he won his Pint of Pints by the Nallans, who owned the Minella Hotel. A Little Look carried him a good gallop all the way, but watch the boys in behind. No Comment in the JP colours coming there, and directly behind him is Noel Feely on the winner of Minella Awards. They're full of running. Lads in front are flat to the boards. Two boys behind have still a bit in the tank. There's a long ways to go. I thought No Comment probably was going equally as good as Minella Awards, but when they both quickened up, they both quickened well and left Screaming Rose, who ran on to be third, a long ways behind. But now Noel Feely says go, gets down nice and low and deep. Richard Johnson on the far side, two fine riders, and two lads, won't mind me saying, in the twilight of their career. They both haven't got another 10 years left of them, and Noel Feely is 40, but riding better than ever. Two brilliant jockeys who have graced the turf for the last 20 years, and they've been proud to do what they've done. Great result for Harry Fry, and a great result for Noel Feely, and a good ride by Richard Johnson as well, and Philip Hobbs. Philip always has winners here in Punchestown when he comes over. Another great man, top of his game, a senior trainer as well too, and a wonderful, unassuming man as well too, who's been at the top for a very, very long time, and very loyal. He's never changed his jockeys as long as I know Philip Hobbs. He's always gone for the same man right through. Harry Fry, a memory young man coming over here as assistant to Paul Nichols. Now he's a top class trainer in his own right. A big two nice winners here at Punchestown, and a great one to boot. Look at Noel Feely, look at the way he gets down and behind that horse, sticking his right hand, pushing and shoving away. Richard Johnson on the far side as well, but Noel rides with his body and legs, and great jockey.
Fabulous race, fabulous result, and it's so interesting, you know, the day after New Year's Day, the 2nd of January, these two went to Plumpton, and on that occasion it was No Comment who came out in front. There was a couple of lengths between them. There's one length between them now, and this time it's the turn of Minella Awards. I tell you, they wouldn't have been running for 60,000 at Plumpton. This is the day to win. And Minella Awards gets there in front, beats No Comment, and the two of them well clear of Screaming Rose, who runs on to take third, and Paul Townend.
Just watch the way the two lads in the previous race, you see Ruby and Noel, they're not gone by the line, Ruby and Noel, when they shake hands with one another. And at the same day again, Richard Johnson looks over him. They're like fellas who play good rugby. There's no animosity between them. They're great men to fight against one another, give no inch, but delighted when one fella has the winner and the second fella takes it on the chin. There's the connections. Well done to all of them. Great celebrations in the ring. Wonderful result for all of them. There's the Masterson Hindings Limited, or the syndicate, or the people that own them. There's young Harry Fry, a man we'll see a lot of in the next 20 years.
Harry, he was with Paul Nicholls, and he had Rock on Ruby in his yard. He was sort of given a yard, wasn't he, to a satellite yard?
He's in Richard Barber's yard, which is about 40 miles away. He trained Rock on Ruby to win the champion hurdle, but he was under Paul Nicholls' guide at the time, but he actually trained him. There's Connections getting in for a picture. Not great. A great scene to see all them get such a kick out of it. I'm sure it's not going to change their lives, but they're getting a great kick out of it. Young man there with his probably grandson. Noel?
Well, it's great to see that the British are coming over here and taking a bit of the major action, because we didn't half do it in Cheltenham last month. 19 winners, and they're getting some of it back now. And
don't mind getting a few quid back here.
No, it's just great the way we have this wonderful rivalry.
Yeah, and it's a great respectful rivalry as well too. And the great thing here, no flags much. Well, I say no flags. A flag here now, but it's a flag of the colours. It's not a flag of England or a flag of Ireland.
I agree.
Huh? It's a Mayo flag, actually. The Mayo flag. These guys must be from connections with Mayo. Very similar to the colours anyway.
So the Shamrock Enterprises handicap hurdle, 3 miles, and we had another rousing finish, and a little bit of it wasn't plain sailing for many. I think 3 came down at the first flight.
Lucky enough, I think they all got up, Robert.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I saw.
See Robbie Power and Jodie McGarvey having a laugh anyway. They're heading back to ride in the next race, so good to see them.
Yeah, Jodie's got a cracking ride, and it'll be very interesting. Our final Grade 1 of the day. But the ground here, Ted, is I mean...
Well, the riders who ride on it and the lads who were training it, I only walked around it. It's absolutely magnificent ground. I mean, we haven't had rain around here for about 3 weeks, and they've produced wonderful jumping ground for these horses. It's a credit to them now. I mean, it's a big area. You have to go around 2 miles twice, a big circle, and do it all, and they've done a great job. Jim Ryan, who organises the machine, and his son, the watering of it, it's a great credit due to him. And no buckets of water thrown in any horse today. Isn't that great too as well?
Isn't it? Yeah. Have you talked about that, Ted? You covered that one, the Aintree and...
I thought it was disappointing. I think it takes away from the winners' enclosure.
But I just wonder, why? In France they walk them around on a hot day. It keep them moving.
That's it. If they walk around I'm 67. I never saw a horse collapse in the winners' enclosure in my life, so I don't know what the all anxiety was to not bring the horses back into the winners' enclosure. I mean, the riders and the people connected with him know if he's a bit distressed out on the track, and they'll keep him walking around. And I would like somebody to say if they ever saw a horse collapse in the winners' enclosure.
Tom, you're a man who follows everything incredibly closely over the water. What about what we've been talking about? Have you got an opinion?
Yeah, Roberto, I would just pick up on Ted's comments there, because there were, and I don't want to drag them unnecessarily into the limelight, but there is an extreme long-distance race at Newcastle races in February, the Ida Chase, where there was a slightly unsavoury incident after that, where unfortunately a horse did come back into the winner's enclosure area, and he did get into some distress, and the vets had to rush to his aid to make sure that he was revived, and that's something that could have been avoided had the crowd not had to feast their eyes upon that. So in so many ways, I get it. Of course we want to create the spectacle and make sure it's the best possible end user experience for people paying through the turnstiles, but at the same time, surely the most important category is equine welfare, and if that means we're denied the chance to see them, then I have to say I'm more than ready to be spared the experience of seeing the horses after the race, because for something like that,
state, I'd ask him the question. Because in Ireland here, when a horse is anyway in distress out on the track, he doesn't come back in. The lads keep him walking around.
Yeah, well, and I mean, it was a long distance race. I'm all for keeping them walking. Noel Feely, I believe, is with Tracy.
Yes, he certainly is. We meet again, Noel. Quick double. And fantastic race again, fantastic finish. She rode a blind today.
Yeah, look, I was lucky. I was on the best horse in the handicap there, and I was lucky at the first. The horse fell right in front of me. I just missed it. But after that, I was cantering the whole way through the race, and only Jockey or I think could have got a beat. I think.
Seemed to relish the 3 miles.
He did. Look, Harry Fry's done an amazing job with this horse as well. He got beat by the second actually in Plumpton early in the year, and Harry just kept saying that he wasn't right and he needed a bit of warmer weather, and he'd come good in the spring, and he's been proved absolutely spot on. He won last at Sandown, and he looks like he's improved again, so fantastic training performance.
Great to have a double here at the Punchestown Festival.
It's great having winners anywhere, but it's lovely to come home and ride winners at Punchestown, and yeah, I love it here. It's great buzz.
And you're riding out of your skin. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Noel.
Okay.
Honed his talent in the Cork point-to-point circuit. Now 40 years of age, completing a 39-1 double at Peerless Punchestown, having won on You Know What I Mean, Harry. He now wins the Shamrock Handicap Hurdle on horse number 6, Minella Awards, at 7-1 joint favourite. Beats the other joint favourite, No Comment, 7-1. Third, Screaming Rose, 25-1. Fourth, Show 'em Silver, 10-1. And the fifth horse, some bookmakers paying each way on the fifth horse home, Sutton Manor, at 16-1. Minella Awards, bred by Jimmy Mangan, of course, by Oscar out of a presenting mare, and coming from the John Nallen Academy, of course, the man that sells so many good point-to-pointers, Minella Rocco, all the Minella suffixes, of course, the Minella Hotel in Clonmel in County Tipperary. Minella Awards winning the handicap hurdle, 7-1. He's going to make a nice chase next season, Robert Hall.
Yeah, doesn't that look like? Very much so. We've got one of the great Thursdays here at Punchestown that I can remember. We've got to take a commercial break, but we're not done yet because we've got more Grade 1 action. And we've also got our final insight into AP McCoy, all after the break.